Guys, welcome to my channel. Today, i-review natin itong Ranger Raptor, which was introduced in Thailand in February 2018. And then, on September 21, 2018, Ford Philippines brought in the Ranger Raptor together with the refreshed Ford Ranger. And it's the same time, they introduced yung bi-turbo 2-liter EcoBlue diesel engine with a 10-speed automatic transmission. In this particular video, i-highlight natin ng konti yung technical aspect, especially yung suspension system niya. Kasi yung normal buyers, hindi nila masyadong pinapansin yung technical aspects nito, kaya ginagamit lang nila ito sa mga city drive. But in reality, this can be a good vehicle for off-roading. This was designed really for that. Yung mga buyers attracted sa physical features. Pero hindi nila na ma-maximize yung full potential nito, especially itong Ranger Raptor. Just like the Ford Ranger, the Ranger Raptor rides on the Ford's T6 platform that is shared with the Ford Everest. The Ranger Raptor is also body-on-frame pickup truck that's available with a 4-door double cab body configuration only. So if you want a performance truck that is good for on-road saka off-road condition, then this is a good choice. Halika, let's check it. Okay, let's start muna with the exterior features. Actually, yung design nito was inspired by the Ford F-150 Raptor in the US na hindi naman dinala dito sa Pilipinas. So siguro ang ginawa ng Ford, gumawa sila ng Asian version. Kaya nilaunch nila itong Ranger Raptor. Sa ngayon kasi merong Ford F-150 na dito sa Pilipinas, pero hindi siya yung Raptor version. Ang unang-una mong mapapansin yung big Ford logo doon sa fascia na nagdi-distinct sa kanya na siya ay Raptor model. Nang makita ko personally itong Ranger Raptor, ang pinaka-attractive talaga sa kanya itong harap kasi bruskong-brusko yung dating. Yung front and rear bumper niya is exclusive dito sa Ranger Raptor na bagay sa kanyang off-road stance. Okay, check natin yung headlight. Yung headlight niya is LED and then together meron na rin siyang DRL. Yung kanyang fog lamps is LED na rin. Actually, yung bumper niya was designed to accommodate a higher approach angle. To be specific, it has a 32.5 approach angle. So, the higher the approach angle, better siya dun sa mga paahon. So, para maiwasan mo na sumayad yung harapan. As you can see here, meron na siyang metal skid plates from stock. Yung iba kasi wala pa niyan sa stock, nag-aftermarket, bibili ka pa eh. And then meron kang dalawang towing points. Magandang protection yan sa engine, especially kung nag-off-road ka. If you look at the stock tires, naka 33-inch BF Goodrich all-terrain tires siya. Ang kagandahan nito, ang itsura niya parang authoritative yung posture, and then yung ground clearance niya specifically is mataas. Nagkakaroon ng about 283 mm ground clearance. Pero yung iba, hindi pa satisfied dito, nagpapalit siya ng mas malapad pa na gulong para medyo nakalabas pa ng konti. Pero for me, kung ako magsa-setup nito, para makatipid, gagamitin ko na rin yung tires kasi naka 285/70 by 17 na siya. Magpapalit lang ako ng wheels na mas malapad para medyo nakalabas ng konti sa fenders. Another feature na hindi alam ng iba is yung kanyang fender is made of composite materials. Why? Because yung composite materials are dent and ding resistant kasi pag ginagamit mo siya doon sa mga off-road is okay siya, di ba? Not to mention na they look good and look tough. By the way, yung flared shape ng fenders niya is required for the long travel nung suspension at saka yung oversized tires. At of course, yung composite material is mas magaan, so nakakasave siya ng weight. Moving on dun sa side mirror, yung side mirror niya is power folding and then meron din siyang paddle lamp na nakatulong din pagka yung madilim. Let's take a look at the side profile. If you compare it with the Ranger, na regular Ranger, It's actually 168 mm wider and 52 mm taller and 44 mm longer than the regular Ranger. So yung width niya makes the car tougher and bigger. By the way, yung step board niya is made of magnesium, which is a higher grade of metal. Ang kagandahan niya, pwede mo rin siyang gamitin as rock slider. So, it serves as protection dun sa sides mo, especially if you are off-roading and then maraming mga bato-bato. So, since metal siya, hindi siya basta-basta masisira. Isa pa na analysis ko dito, kapag ka nasa parking ka at nasa katabi ka ng maliliit na kotse, parang may protection ka kasi mataas yung location ng step board. So, pag bumukas yung pinto ng mga katabi mong kotse, doon siya tatama sa step board. So, protected yung yung mga doors mo. Punta naman tayo dito sa rear portion. Of course, nandun yung signature na Raptor sign, no? At pagdating dito sa likod, similar naman with the other pickup trucks. Boxy type siya. Ang kanyang ilaw, yun lang, hindi siya LED, no? Yun ang napansin ko dito. Kasi pag sa pickup, constricted lang yung design mo pagdating sa likod. Ito yung sinasabi ko na taillights na naka-bulb type pa lang, hindi siya naka-LED. Pagdating dito sa likod, meron siyang third brake light and then meron din siyang bed light. And then dito naman sa baba, meron din siyang dalawang towing points na reinforced and it can pull about 2,500 kg at its towing capacity. Pagdating naman sa truck bed niya, meron din siyang bed liner which is common naman sa mga pickup and then meron din siyang power socket. And yung rear camera, naka-install yun dun sa ilalim ng Ford logo. Okay, punta naman tayo sa technical aspect. Yung makina nga pala nito was created with high-strength steel, aluminum alloys, and composites to optimize durability and weight. Yung 10-speed transmission is combined with a new 2-liter biturbo diesel engine na can deliver 210 horsepower and 500 Nm of torque. Ano ba yung principle ng biturbo? Bali, dalawang turbo yan. Nagwo-work sila as a team. Merong smaller na turbo, yung tinatawag na high pressure turbo. Ito ngayon nakakonect in sequence doon sa mas malaki na turbo. Yung mas malaki na turbo, yung lower pressure. Tapos, kinokontrol niya with a bypass valve na nagdedetermine ngayon ng operating mode depending on the engine speed. So, pag mababa yung engine speed mo, yung dalawang turbo nagwo-work sila in series. And nai-enhance nila yung torque and responsiveness. Pag higher speed naman, yung small turbo, binabypass niya. And then, yung big turbo ang magpo-provide ng boost to deliver more power. So, in terms of technology, parang mas nakakaangat ng engine niya with the others. But then again, meron din siyang disadvantage, no? Kasi, pagka yung higher tech, katulad nito, dalawa yung turbo niya. May malaki yung chance mo pag nasira yung turbo, mas malaki yung gastos kasi dalawa ka agad. So, baka mas mahal siya i-maintain in the long run. Pagdating naman sa transmission, yung Ford Ranger Raptor uses a 10-speed automatic transmission that is designed to withstand any type of road condition with ease. Pero may mga nababasa din ako, parang may issue siya sa transmission, yung mga earlier batch ng mga 2018 to 2019 yata. Kaya meron akong nakikita ng mga tumitirik because of transmission issues. But lately, I think na-correct na ito kasi wala na akong nakikita na mga tumitirik. Normal lang naman yan kasi yung pagka yung mga bagong labas na mga sasakyan, laging may mga issues yan eh. And then as you go along, nakukorek naman yan. But I think this engine performs well naman when you're using it. So, okay din naman siya kasi bi-turbo. So, I suppose na lesser yung lag niya. Okay, puntahan naman natin yung under chassis components. By the way, ito lang yung pickup sa market na naka-disc brake yung front, pati yung sa likod naka-disc brake din. Kasi normally, naka-drum brakes yung mga pickup sa likod, no? But this one is different. Kaya maganda yung kanyang braking power. And by the way, meron din siyang ABS at saka yung Electronic Brake Force Distribution o EBD. Okay, tingnan naman natin yung suspension system. I think this is what differentiates the Raptor from the other pickups in the market today. Yung rear suspension niya naka-coil spring, which is different from the other pickups in the market na naka-leaf spring, except doon sa Nissan Navara na naka-coil spring din. But this is more advanced than the Nissan Navara, yung kanyang suspension system. Yung rear shocks niya features yung remote reservoir na enabling it yung rapid recovery pagka yung prolonged na off-road use. Tapos, staggered din yung shock arrangement niya dito sa likod to manage yung load. And because of that, it gives on-road comfort and stability that beats everything else in its class. Pero medyo may kamahalan itong system na ito. According to their chief engineer, yung ballpark figure nito, mga about 300,000 yung set ng suspension nito. So, doon pa lang makikita mo yung value ng suspension system niya. Na hindi biro, but it was designed to last the life of the truck. As additional info lang, it was actually developed by Ford and Fox. Yung 2.5-inch Fox shock absorber system dun sa Ranger Raptor is the same size dun sa first generation ng F-150 Raptor. But it shares the technology found in the contemporary F-150 Raptor's 3-inch version. So, doon mo ma-analyze na na-share niya yung pedigree ng F-150 Raptor dito sa smaller version na Ranger Raptor. By the way, yung Fox shocks, meron siyang remote reservoir. Bale, ang nagagawa nito, it improves yung ride quality, long-term durability, saka yung heat capacity. Kasi pagka meron kang remote reservoir, nare-reduce na yung operating gas pressure, saka yung friction and heat inside the shocks ay bumababa, allowing more volume for the gas to expand. Diba, under Boyle's law, yung gas law na, yung pressure and volume of a gas, meron siyang inverse relationship. Ibig sabihin, if the volume increases, then the pressure decreases and vice versa. Kasi meron kang extra reservoir or canister, syempre, nag-i-increase yung volume, di ba? So, ngayon, yung pressure is lumiliit. So, pag less pressure build up, yung less component wear, saka yung longer life. So, the lower operating pressure will mean the better durability for the internal components. Aside from the shocks, meron din siyang Watts link doon sa kanyang suspension system. Ano ba yung Watts link? Yung Watts link, ito yung mechanism na used doon sa rear axle ng suspension na to. Ang purpose nito is to prevent yung relative sideways motion between the axle and the body nitong sasakyan, or to prevent the axle movement in the longitudinal direction. Yung bar na yan yung part ng Watts link system. Bali, ang system nito, ina-attach na yung axle to the body at two opposing points via yung pivoting link attached to the rear of the differential housing. Parang ganyan. So, as the suspension moves through its travel, yung Watts linkage na yan rotates to compensate and keeps the differential and saka yung axle centered, leaving the front-rear axle alignment unaffected. So, ganito ang actual itsura ng movement ng Watts link. Makikita mo yung up and down movement ng differential, medyo nakokontrol ng Watts link. As a result, mas stable yung ride even at high speed. And that's the beauty of this suspension. Alright, punta naman tayo sa interiors. Yung front seats niya, meron siyang 8-way power adjustment. Pero yung sa passenger seat, manual lang siya. We'll also note na yung kanyang seats is a combination of leather saka yung parang Alcantara. Then meron siyang pangalan dito nakalagay na Raptor nandito sa seats. Ang kagandahan nitong system na ito, yung may cloth na yan na parang Alcantara. So during hot weather, hindi basta mag-absorb ng heat, hindi katulad ng leather. Check naman natin yung steering mechanism. Yung steering niya is natitilt siya pero hindi siya telescopic. So from the inside, the design of the dashboard is simple, no? Similar lang siya dun sa Ranger at saka dun sa Ford Everest. Ang maganda rin dito, yung headliner niya is kulay black. So, hindi siya dumihin. And then, dito nakalagay yung locking mechanism sa doors at saka yung switches ng power windows. And then, you can also see the details of the blue stitching dito sa armrest area. And then, meron din siyang paddle shifters at saka yung leather wrap na rin yung kanyang steering wheel. And then, dito naman sa bilog na ito, yung control mechanism sa lights. So, typical yan sa mga American cars. Dito sa left side nakalagay. And then, nandito rin yung control ng side mirrors. So, yung steering niya, meron siyang thumb swells. Tapos, meron na rin siyang mga control, yung cruise control. And then, control sa infotainment system, yung voice control. And then, yung infotainment system na looks dated na. Of course, rin siya. Nandun din yung kanyang push start button. And then, nandito rin yung switch ng drive system. So, you can switch to 2H, 4H, saka 4L para sa kanyang 4x4 system. At ito naman yung switch ng traction control, rear lock differential, saka yung hill descent control. And of course, meron siyang USB port doon. Dalawa, doon sa isa sa baba, saka dito sa may bandang itaas. Ang maganda dito, yung kanyang handbrake is manual pa din, which I like than the electronic parking brake, no? So, meron din dito ang cubbyhole sa gitna na hindi nakaka-interfere. And then, you have the glove box compartment here na typical naman sa mga sasakyan. Then, dito naman sa steering, meron siyang marking na red, no? What it does, it helps you para malaman mo yung direction ng iyong gulong kung saan siya nakapihit. And then, yung dashboard niya, makita mo yung blue stitching. And then, na-lessen na rin yung mga makikintab na parts. And then, you have a 8-inch touchscreen na infotainment system na meron ding Apple CarPlay at saka Android Auto. Of course, meron din siyang dual zone na aircon system. And then, you have map light here na hindi naman siya LED. So, tingnan naman natin itong sun visor. Pag inopen mo siya, wala siya nung illumination. Dito sa passenger, ganun din, wala din siya nung illumination lighting. And then, you have the sunglass holder here. And dito, black yung kanyang headliner. Ang maganda dito, meron kang USB port dito sa taas, no? Pwede kang magkabit ng camera using USB port. So, hindi ka nakukuha ng power supply dito sa socket mo dito sa baba. Okay, check natin yung center console. Pag inopen mo ito, meron siyang layer dito sa taas, parang dual layer siya. And then, sa baba naman, yung mas malalim na compartment. So, mas marami kang mailalagay ng mga items. And this is how it looks dito sa rear seat. So, pwede yung tatlo. Meron kang 3 headrest, and then meron ding ISOFIX features. At the same time, yung kanyang seats is meron ding combination ng parang cloth, parang Alcantara style, no? And then dito sa middle seat, meron din siyang armrest with 2 cubby holes for your drinks. I would say na roomy yung second row seats niya, although wala siyang aircon vents dun sa second row. Karamihan kasi ngayon ng mga pickups meron ng aircon vents para mabilis ma-cool yung cabin. Roomy naman yung interior niya. You have enough legroom here, and then yung headroom is enough yung distance. I'm about 5'7", so comfortable naman sumakay dun sa likod kasi may naka-curve yung seats. Then under the seats, meron siyang compartment where you can put things para hindi makita pag nakababa yung upuan. And then dito, meron ding 230 volt socket, saka yung 12 volts. And then meron din siyang lever dito para sa lumbar support. In terms of safety features naman, meron siyang pre-collision assist with pedestrian detection. Meron din siyang lane keeping aid, electronic stability control, including rollover mitigation, may ABS, EBD, and meron din siyang traction control, hill descent control, saka yung hill launch assist. At ang the best dito, meron siyang terrain management system. Meron siyang 6 modes, yung normal, sport, may grass, may gravel, may mud, may sand, may rock, saka yung baha. So po pwede siya sa different road conditions. In summary, Ford really created a true off-roading beast straight out of the production line. So Ranger Raptor isn't just wider and taller than a standard Ranger. It has been purposely designed from the ground up to set a new benchmark in off-road capability. In fact, yung chassis niya, they use high-strength glow alloy para ma-optimize na yung off-road performance. Yung entire frame niya was actually designed to be ultra durable to handle yung mga punishing surface drop-offs. And of course, and the best feature niya is yung kanyang suspension system, which was calibrated to tackle yung top terrain at top speeds. So yung standard 2.5-inch Fox shocks niya delivers 30% more wheel travel compared to the Ranger. I would say it's the most capable pickup in the market today. It has fantastic road handling because of its terrain management system, although it is slower than the normal Ranger kasi medyo mabigat siya. Of course, ang medyo cons lang dito, it's hard to maneuver dun sa mga tight spaces kasi malaki siya. And then, wala din siyang blind spot monitor and 360 cam. Ang isa pang cons dito, pagdating sa maintenance, mas mahal yung Ford. And to be honest, ang service nila hindi ganun kaganda compared with the others. Plus the fact na mahal yung piyesa ng Ford. But all of that, naka-counter naman ng driving enjoyment at saka yung mga features na ini-offer niya. By the way, according to the agent that I talked to, the 2023 model will be released in the Philippines sometime in July this year. So, abangan nyo. Pero yung ganitong model, yung iba gusto nila yung ganitong style, diba? Especially yung fashion niya. So, meron pa din siguro na few stocks, hinuubos na lang. To end my impressions on this pickup truck, beyond aesthetics, it has a lot to offer. Buyers should know its capabilities. Sa ibang brand kasi, pag naglabas sila ng special edition, parang more on aesthetics lang. Hindi katulad nito na talagang binago niya yung internals para yung engineering niya. Kaya marami rin ang bumibili nitong Raptor. Especially if they know the reason why this truck is special. Just to reiterate again, ang special feature niya talaga yung race bred suspension na specifically crafted to tackle yung different terrains at high speed while remaining in complete control and comfort. Meron siyang position-sensitive damping kaya maganda talaga yung ride niya. So, ibig sabihin, nag-a-adjust yung suspension depende sa road condition. So, kapag on-road na hindi mo nagpe-flex masyado yung suspension, nagsosopen yung suspension. So, pagka off-road na kailangan ng higher rebound or damping, nag-stiffen siya. Okay, hanggang dito na lang. Medyo humaba na. I hope I have given you some insights about this high-performance pickup truck. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you again in my next vlog. Bye!